Good evening and welcome to the 2023 District Awards. We will start by standing for the pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And our first award tonight is the Distinguished Columbus. And I believe to the script book.
Good evening. Tonight I'd like to announce the distinguished alumnus for the graduating class of 2023. It is Dr. Cynthia Chernecki. She has earned her degrees from the University of Connecticut, University of Pittsburgh, and Case Western Reserve University, as well as a postdoctoral study at the University of California in Los Angeles. Her career increased the body of science in nursing and enhanced healthcare throughout her research and publications. I only want to touch upon a few things. Two major areas of research being are non-small cell lung cancer and infections associated with vascular access. She's the author of over 30 books, over 200 journal articles, chapters, and over 800 research citations. We're very proud to have her. Again, it is Dr. Cynthia Chernecki, class of 1973. Is our distinguished alumnus.
And myself as a school student and the audience of our students, our staff, and our school community. The most important, always graduation, but tonight is very special. This award ceremony has been going on many years with this Board of Education. And again, we want to welcome you because this is to honor some of the best and the accomplishments of what our students, staff, and people who've been graduates of Seymour or community people who've given a lot of service and support for this school district. So at this time, it's always special to talk about our retiring staff members. I'll start with Mr. Freud. He's going to talk about a teacher that is retiring, has done a phenomenal job for Seymour for very many years. And then Mr. Garfalo is going to say a few words about Rich Kearns. And then Cindy Brooks will follow.
Kathy Releza is a retiring business teacher at Seymour High School. She has been a member of our faculty for 24 years. She originally started in sales, working for a small cellular company, and then she had her children. And she decided to take that time off. She took 5 years off to raise her children. And then she started looking for a teaching position. Excuse me. Oof, calm down. So it was Bob Blake, who was principal of Seymour High School at the time, who hired her. And she's been principal. She's been working in Seymour under a number of principals, including Mr. Blake, Mr. Bloshin, Mrs. Goodrich, Mr. Longley, and myself. I actually knew her prior to working here because our kids participated in Pop Warner football together. So my history with her actually predates my coming to Seymour. She's a good egg. We're going to miss her very much. In her retirement, she hopes to travel, visit with her children, and hopefully she's looking forward to that day when she becomes a grandmother, as so many people our age do. That's Kathy Beleza retired this week.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here. This is one of the few times that the Board of Education has an opportunity to honor people who belong to the district as members of the staff or faculty or custodial service, all the services that are performed here. I would like to address a few remarks with regard to Rich Kearns, who is retiring after 20 years as our Director of Security. I've known Rich 16 of his 20 years, and a man who has performed exceptionally for this district. Not only has he brought grant money to our district for driver education, for security, but he is a well-respected and honorable man. And I could not think of someone who could replace him so easily. But unfortunately, his decision is that he wishes to retire. And if he were here this evening, I would merely say to him, thank you for time well spent. Thank you for your duty, exceptionally performed, and in general, thank you for your service. Thank you.
Floyd is also going to say a few comments about Mr. Kearns. I would just like to say during the past 2 years that I have gotten to know Mr. Kearns, I can tell you when I researched the school district, I did find out 2 years ago that this man is quite the exemplar, as we all know, in school safety. In fact, in Connecticut, he was one of the leading specialists in school safety. A lot of his programs were used, especially after Sandy Hook. This man will really go down in history for his legacy as far as school safety programs. We're very proud just recently when we worked together and he initiated the gun safety program for elementary students. So again, I just needed to say I appreciate his years of service. It was very important for Mr. Garfolo to talk about all the years and the service at this Board of Ed that he has served this school district. And I know the Board of Ed members feel the same way, and I'll let Mr. Floyd do a few closing comments about him. The reason he's not here tonight, he's in New Hampshire. His wife, they're getting a new grandchild who was born today.
I consider Mr. Kearns a brother. He's worked in Seymour for over 20 years. As long as I've worked in Seymour, always been there for me. With his guidance, initially, he helped with, helping with investigations, investigating students' actions. It's become really important to do proper investigations these days. We've got to make sure we do everything properly with the students, and he was instrumental in that. Getting, at least training me from a very personal perspective. I know we also have Steve Dietrich is in the audience. When I first started Seymour High School, he and Mr. Kearns shared an office, and I would often go up there and get advice, which was very helpful. Over the years, Mr. Kearns has developed many programs, including school safety and emergency response plans. Some of his programs became the national standard across the country. He has helped our students live in a safe world. He's helped our students live in a safe learning environment. He's provided safe driving programs to the high school students. He's provided bus safety programs for our elementary schools. Most recently, he's provided gun safety programs for our schools. He would bring in, at times he would do crazy things. He would bring in these high-flying daredevil bike programs. One of his sons is a BMX rider. He actually scored in the top 3 in one of the X Games. And they would come in and they would do these stunts on these ramps. I think one of his most favorite things to do when he would do the bike program in the elementary schools was to give out bicycles as prizes to the kids. And I think some of the elementary people there know that. He'll be dearly missed by me. He's a brother, and I wish him well as he goes into the future.
I would like for Cindy Brooks to please come up. We want to talk about also a very special retiree with Barbara and all the years of great service and nutrition. Thank you again, Barbara, for the many years of dedication to Chatfield Cresty, and we're very honored tonight that you were able to make it back and to be with us.
When Barbara told me she was retiring after 37 years of service with the Seymour School's Nutrition Services Department, I was sad, but not as surprised. Barbara and I had this ongoing bet. Who was going to leave first, her or I? Clearly, she won this bet. Barbara started her food service career in 1986, working as part-time at the high school as a pot washer, just like so many of the staff that I have. They work in the cafeteria because they work the school calendar, they're home before their kids get home, and it's just an ideal part-time job for them. She eventually became the cafeteria manager and operated a very efficient and successful program at the high school. In 2006, Barbara was transferred to Anna Lopresti School as we needed some changes there, and I knew Barbara could make those changes. When I first saw this school, it was like no other school in the town. Although the equipment was old, the one thing that stood out in my mind was this one piece of equipment. It was a conveyor belt that served as a serving line for the students when they took their lunch trays. And I'm like, good Lord, does this actually work? And I pictured that I Love Lucy and Ethel and the chocolate factory. Barbara once again made many positive changes to the program. From 2012 to 2023, she has served as the manager at CLS. She's been known as the matriarch, and for many reasons. 37 years is one of them. From 1986 to now, you have seen so many changes within the program. You have kept up on all the training provided to follow the USDA regulations, along with consistently scoring 100 on your health inspection report. During the past few years, the meal service has been challenging with free meals, paid meals, free meals, and just trying to, wrap your head around that. From classroom feeding to and ensuring that the meals were on time, to breakfast in the hallway and now in the cafeteria. What truly amazed me is that you know every student's name that came through the line. Really remarkable. And you took the time to learn that. You did whatever was asked without questioning, as you knew the students needed to be fed. This included assisting without hesitation, distributing meals curbside during COVID. I will leave you with one last bit of information. From 2012 to 2023, while at CLS, you served a total of 257,564 breakfasts and 522,333 lunches for a total of 779,897 meals. It's no wonder you want to retire. So on behalf of the Seymour Public Schools Nutrition Services Department, and for me personally, I wish you all the best in your retirement. We hope you enjoy a long and peaceful rest, spend time with your loved ones, and do everything you want to do. Sleep in, go to bed late, and remember, from what I hear, when you're retired, every day is Sunday. We wish you all the best, and thank you for the 37 years of continuous
to mention in the very beginning of this program. The program tonight would have not been possible without all of the work and effort in preparing and doing all the ordering of these awards that you see up on this table tonight, the organization of contacting all of the people and putting the program together. I'd like to say a very special thank you to the Board of Ed, board clerk, and my administrative assistant, Leanne Darden. Thank you. At this time, I would like for all of the principals to come up on the stage. We'd like to present the Golden Apple Awards. Mrs. Feige is going to be introducing them. And I would like to say the Golden Apple Award is a way to recognize the super hardworking members of our team that truly go beyond for our community and for our students. These people are truly exemplary, and I think the creation of this award, the past administration, it was a great move to do this. We want to continue the tradition. We're going to give an Apple Award to each of the schools, and then I have 4 special ones that I want to present as a district.
Thank you, Dr. Compton. The first award goes to Mike Malia, and Mrs. Reed will be presenting that award to you. Please come up forward, Mr. Malia.
Privileged to recognize Mr. Mike Malia as the 2023 Bungay Golden Apple recipient. The Golden Apple recognizes a staff member who truly goes above and beyond for their school, community, and students. Mr. Malia is a dedicated educator who has taken on leadership role within our building. His substantial contributions to Bungay School have made an impact on our students and our community. Mr. Malia volunteered to serve as our school representative for our enrichment committee this year. He spearheaded the implementation of our club invention and after-school program for 3rd through 5th grade students. With him leading the way, students have the opportunity to engage in creative, hands-on challenges, build STEM competencies, problem-solving skills, all while being inspired by both him and real-world inventors. Mr. Malia also co-led our Bungay School Student Council and organized many leadership opportunities and community service projects. Mr. Malia led the students in the Seymour Christmas Parade and other events in the community. What stood out this year was Mr. Malia's commitment to creating new leadership opportunities for our students. He came to me with new creative ideas to have our students serve as mentors and leaders throughout our building. In addition, Mr. Malia volunteered his time to support the PTA bingo nights and both of our winter, spring band, and chorus concerts. Mr. Malia also serves as a teacher advisor for their school yearbook, and he not only sets high expectations for learning for his students and insists on hard work, but he models this in his own work ethic and commitment. I am proud to have Mr. Malia as our school recipient for the Bungay School Golden Apple Award.
Next, from Chatfield Baptiste School will be Alyssa Badanowicz and Mr. Malek.
Alyssa Latanowicz is our recipient for the Golden Apple Award this year for the Chatfield Baptiste School. Alyssa, like many of our paraeducators, rolls with the punches, as every day could be a lot of flexibility needed within her schedule. And Alyssa always has an ever-present smile with whatever her assignment may be. This year she has assisted with a variety of students in a variety of settings that I would say almost no day was exactly the same as any other. And over the course of the year, as I said, as you see her smile right now, doing so with a smile on her face, connecting and having wonderful rapport with our students while fostering independence and helping them each be as successful as they can be, meeting our students where they are. We're very proud of
of Alyssa as our CLS Golden Apple recipient.
Next, from Seymour Middle School, Allison Aquavella, please come forward. Ms. Kathleen Reynolds will be giving you your award.
Good evening. Mrs. Allison Aquavella is the well-deserved recipient of the SMS Golden Apple Award. From the start of the school year, Mrs. Aquavella has been a champion for her 7th grade Red Team students, as well as for her Seymour Middle School colleagues. In her math classes, Mrs. Aquavella puts forth a passion and love for math that enables her students to want to succeed. New instructional strategies, a feedback grade, and daily reinforcers, putting student work on the fridge, allow students to enter Mrs. Aquavella's classroom as every day is a new day. Her bulletin boards alone allow you to enter the Red Team hallway with a new sense of positivity. Mrs. Aquavella has spread her cheer throughout the building by reintroducing staff breakfasts and luncheons, as well as providing small reinforcers to others throughout the week. She is constantly thinking of others and bringing a sense of comfort and home to all those around her. We are fortunate to have Mrs. Aquavella share her warmth and kindness every day at SMS.
Next, from Seymour High School, please come up, Ms. Stephanie Chacon. And Mr. Jim Freund will be presenting the award.
Stephanie was also the recipient of this year's Principal Award at Seymour High School. For all the same reasons I'm about to iterate right now. Stephanie is an outstanding educator who always seems to have more time in our hands for our students and our programs. It's really hard because she's got a son at home, she's got an active life, but she always manages to find time. And that's the most valuable thing I think anybody can give, is time. Over the years, she and her student minions, and some of them are out there, have turned a school newspaper that used to be a couple of photocopied pages stayed together into a full literary magazine with colors, pictures, with detailed articles. She's done a fantastic job with that. That's the claw print. And, if you ever have the opportunity to get your hands on one, please do so. The students are quite excellent at putting that together. And I'm sure Stephanie has a lot to do with that. She has worked with she's also the National Honor Society advisor in our schools. And before she had taken over that role, the National Honor Society was pretty much run by educators. And she's actually turned it to what it's supposed to be, where the National Honor Society is a student organization run by students, where students have the opportunity to recognize their classmates for academic excellence. And she's done a really good job. And that's not always easy to do, to back away from something like running the National Honor Society, which has really put an emphasis on student-led organization aspect of it, and it's been fantastic. Most recently, she has taken on other tasks, like Steph here is not a Seymour Schools alumni. However, she was one of the driving factors and motivators behind getting our Alumni Association up and running, working with Mr. Stanek and others. We're very proud of her for that. She's the only non-alumni alumnus. She's been a mover and shaker. She's been a major contributor to our school and has helped make Seymour High School a special place. Thank you.
We have a very special plaque to give to Stephanie tonight in regards with the forming of the alumni, Seymour High School Alumni Association. Even though she was not an alumnus, she made it happen along with some other members as well. We kind of had a dream. I was so glad that this became a reality. Jay, you're also an alumnus. Would you like to say a few words? And in regards to this plaque, it recognizes her for her exemplary service and putting this together.
Mr. Cole was instrumental in getting this off the ground, and really, her leadership in it, she passed the time along, but her leadership in it, it was awesome to see so many alumni get involved, and I love watching the Instagram updates, learning more information from alumni. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. No, thank you very much.
Next, from Special Education Department, Mr. Charles Cochan, and the award will be given out by Dr. Chris Boyle.
Good evening. I'm honored to give this award to Mr. Charles Cochan this evening. He joined our district 4 years ago in the fall of, I hope it wasn't something I said. He joined the staff of Seymour Public Schools in the fall of 2019, so he's been with us for 4 years. He immediately became a member of the community and part of the fabric of Seymour Public Schools. There were some specific challenges in Mr. Cochan's first year, as after about 7 or 8 months, we went to distance learning, and Mr. Cochan's role is supporting students behaviorally and academically, and it's very challenging to work on a student's behavior through virtual means. So he was instrumental in finding mechanisms for us to provide instruction, especially for our preschool and pre-K students, through a virtual model. Since then, he has worked with a number of students. He's very, very well respected, working primarily out of Bungie in Sheffield the Prestige School, but provides consultation to staff throughout the district, including myself. So it's with that, I'm honored to give this award to Mr. Charles Cochan.
Thank you. There's 4 more Apple Awards, and they're going to be presented by Dr. Compton. The first one goes to Melissa Anelli. She is a Seymour High School counselor. Please come forward.
I would just like to say a few words on Melissa's behalf and why she was selected for this award from the superintendent. I've seen a lot of school counselors in my career over 40 years, and I can tell you that she is the best school counselor I've ever seen. She functions basically as the director of counselors, and this woman has been phenomenal in how that she has put together the organization of our seniors and their packet for scholarships, and also with assessments, with the SAT, and also with AP classes. It's just been phenomenal. It's been great to watch you work. Every time I come and say, can you help me on this? Can you give me a blurb about this student? She's always there for me. I'm telling you, Seymour High School is so lucky to have Melissa and what she's done. Thank you.
Next is Jennifer Batterton from Seymour Middle School. She's a classroom teacher.
I would just like to say on Jen's behalf, walking into a few classrooms, walking down the halls, walking and observing the same consistency, this lady is a phenomenal teacher. I just want to say we've got a lot of great teachers in Seymour School District. I'm just emphasizing tonight some that are very special and why they were special to me. Thank you for your teaching practices, your instructional assessments, and what you do for the kids of Seymour Middle School. You've really made a difference and you very much impressed me. Thank you.
The next award goes to Miss Linda Bellavance. She's from Central Office Secretary.
say a few words about this special lady. As all of you know, we moved from Bank Street on November the 11th to the new board office wing at the high school campus. I can tell you before we even started the move, Miss Linda already had her things all boxed up and ready to make that transition. She's moved about 4 or 5 times in different offices in different buildings, Chatfield and the middle school. But not only did this lady lead this charge, it was unbelievable in how she helped and set up the special ed program, and I know that Dr. Bull can also support that as well. She was phenomenal. But something too about Linda Bellavance, we never get too old to learn. Let me tell you, sometimes I go to her and she coaches me on a few things. She knows every street in Seymour. She knows all about transportation. And she truly has been my guardian angel, especially when it comes to buses and special education and just the community as a whole. This woman has made a difference in this school system. She's made a difference in our special ed department. Our parents know they can call her if we have difficulties with buses. This woman also does great budget work. She not only works with Dr. Bull, but she works with Mr. Bucci. I've seen her for hours sit and work on budgets, and in the end, she gets it all figured out. Linda, you have really been an angel, and I'm so thankful that you're a part of our board office. Love you.
The next Apple Award goes to Kathy Federowitz, a Seymour High School teacher.
This lady's pretty special. As I walked down the halls many times, I became, as I used to joke, Mr. Freud, we're in the same building now. I used to tell him I was going to be his roommate. Well, that became a reality. I do mind my own business. I stay out of the high school's way, but I do make a few trips down the hallway if I'm going to the office of the high school complex. And I pass Kathy's room every day that I walk by. Let me tell you, you talk about an exemplar teacher of mathematics. She's unbelievable. I sometimes just walk by, look in the window, and just see. But I'm telling you, not only is she a phenomenal teacher, she was inducted into the Volleyball Hall of Fame this last fall. And then the year before that, she was one of the 7 finalists in the country for Volleyball Coach of the Year. This woman represents truly Seymour pride and tradition, a great coach, and she's also a great assistant athletic director. So I'm telling you, the expectations that she expects from her kids, she gets it. And we all know when Kathy gives you that look, you better get in line and you better get it done. Even the superintendent pays attention.
Next up, we have the PAW Award. The PAW, Progressing in All Work Award, was created in 2022 as a way to honor a special education student in each school who has been successful in their progress throughout this year. First up from Bungay School, we have Meadow McFarland.
Those are her teachers shouting out for her. I am honored to present Meadow McFarland as the Bungay recipient of the PAW Award. Mrs. Hiscock, Miss Fenton, and Mrs. Rosum are proud of all she has accomplished this year. Meadow comes to school ready to learn, demonstrates an exceptional work ethic as a self-motivated learner, and is eager to make growth in her learning every day. Meadow self-reflects openly about her learning and her desire to meet the academic expectations given. Mrs. Rosum shared that Meadow exemplifies countless attributes of a star student on a daily basis. She presents with a respectful disposition to her teachers and peers. She shares her thoughts and ideas in a kind and humble manner. Meadow works well independently and is also great in a group setting, always listening and taking into account the contributions of her peers. Meadow doesn't hesitate to lend a hand to a friend in need or to offer help to those around her. Meadow has progressed in all academic areas and is a model of our caring philosophy. Our Bungay team is so proud of you as the Bungay School PAW recipient.
Next up is from Chatfield and Presti, is Archer Richards.
Archer is a grade 3 student in Mrs. Daly's classroom at Chatfield and Presti, and we are so proud of the progress and hard work that Archer has put in this year, in particular with the gains that he's made with his reading. He has made many grade level gains in his reading this year. We are so proud of him, and congratulations, Archer, as our PAW recipient.
From Seymour Middle School, we have Alexander Barrett.
He's only a teeny bit nervous, but I told him not to worry about it. So Alex came for a visit with Mom at the end of last school year because he was returning to Seymour. And I can tell you, he's a completely new student than he was then. He was a little overwhelmed maybe about what 6th grade was going to be like, but he has made some tremendous gains this year on the green team in grade 6. His teachers are very, very proud of him, and he is more than ready for 7th grade next year. You've had a great year, Alex. Congratulations.
Lastly, from Seymour High School is Jeremy Reyes.
When I invited Jeremy to my office, he took a liking to the minerals and rocks that I have on my bookshelf there, so we found something common, and we're both kind of rock junkies. I dig it. Okay, so, that being said, several teachers had reached out to his teachers and said, Jeremy's getting recognized now, what do you have to say? And I can't say all the wonderful things that they shared with me, but I will say, I'll read some of it. Mr. White says, Jeremy is the nicest, kindest, and most honest student I've ever taught. Mr. White, pretty good. Mrs. Spear, Jeremy works independently, perseveres, and has a natural drive to be successful and to truly understand the materials he is learning. Mrs. Keith, in digital photography, Jeremy often works with 2 computers, many times creating 2 ideas, and works 2 different projects while others are focused on one. He is creative and invested. Mrs. Leahy, his hard work, perseverance, and attention to detail contribute to beautiful creations that have been featured in our art shows for the past couple of years. He was a sophomore. Number junior. And then finally, Mr. Blacker. He's positive, humorous. He has a humorous attitude wherever he goes. And all your teachers are very glad that you're being recognized for this week award. Congratulations.
Okay, this next award is very special. It's definitely selected by the principals. I think it's always special. It's the CAVE Student Leadership Award, and this is with the Connecticut Association with the Boards of Education. It's always important to emphasize student leadership. So at this time, we'll go ahead and John Hatfield will make the presentation.
From Seymour Middle School, we have Allie Cavalis.
Okay, I'm going to start with Allie. Allie was nominated from the Gold Team to be the CAVE recipient this year. She's involved in many sports in her community, including basketball, softball, and horseback riding. She played basketball on the Seymour Middle School team this year and participates in many clinics. She also plays for our school softball team. For horseback riding, Allie rides at a farm in Woodbridge, where she also helps with taking care of the horses and volunteering at horseback riding camps. She's very involved in her community in a number of ways. She has been a part of many races to help with specific causes, such as Seymour Pink. She has also done the Mad Dash race in Ansonia, which raises money for cancer. Additionally, she has helped out at her mom's work events. At one event, she even dressed up as the Easter Bunny. At other events, she has worked at craft and food stations. Furthermore, Allie volunteered at the Seymour Middle School 8th grade turkey drive this past year. Academically, Allie is an extremely strong student and a hard worker. She has made the honor roll every single quarter here at Seymour Middle School. She tries her best to get her assignments done and on time and with accuracy. This hard work leads to her impressive grades that she takes pride in, not only achieving them, but keeping those grades at a very high level. She makes sure that she always understands the lesson and asks questions if she doesn't. Not only is Allie a strong individual student, but she is also able to work successfully in groups. When she's working with her peers, she strives to keep everyone on track and achieve success for the task at hand. She likes to be challenged and tries to push through any obstacles and keep trying until she gets it. Overall, Allie is a great all-around person and is a fantastic choice as the CAVE Award recipient. And next is Riley Yakowicz. Although she may not see herself as a leader, I just took you to a leadership conference. Riley demonstrated leadership in the classroom every single day. She's another honors student and an active participant in all aspects of class and is always willing to help others do their best. Riley participates in a number of extracurricular activities such as the volleyball team, student council, and the theater club. She also volunteers her time to manage the girls softball team. As Riley will tell you, quote, being a good teammate sometimes requires putting other people's needs ahead of your own. Outside of school, she plays volleyball with the CT juniors and dances at CSPA, while she sometimes assists with classes for the younger dancers. Over the past summer, Riley volunteered her time to help out at a camp for elementary school children. She also loves to challenge herself, and when asked why her teachers picked her as a leader, she said, quote, I think that it is important to constantly have a challenge that you need to overcome because it can make you a more successful person. All of these qualities are why people might see me as a leader and a good person. She could not be more right. Congratulations.
And from Seymour High School, we have Peyton Donay and Tyler Love.
Unfortunately, Peyton couldn't make it tonight. She's in, I guess, the state's track opens are today, and she's one of the top athletes in the state, so unfortunately she's there, but good for her, she's there, so. I have some more. Peyton is a model student athlete who is highly engaged within our community. She has been active in sports while carrying a heavy academic course load, maintaining grades of 94 plus in all of her classes. She has participated in indoor and outdoor track in high school, has participated in cross-country running since 6th grade. In part, Through her efforts, Seymour Cross Country has won the first league title, while she was recognized as an all-NVL cross-country runner. At the state cross-country open, PJ placed 41st, and she placed 3rd overall in Class SS. She plans to continue to participate in cross-country while studying nursing in Southern Connecticut State University. When PJ is not running, she has participated in a variety of extracurricular activities. These activities include performing arts, marching band, Spanish club, drama club, and karate. PJ also works at Tea with Tracy as a waitress and babysits when she can. I don't know how this goes. She has volunteer time as a 3rd grade religious teacher for the St. Nicholas Church and as a candy striper at Griffin Hospital. And again, in addition to cross-country accolades, PJ has earned the opportunity to participate in the National Honor Society and Flying or Modern Music Masters Honor Society. Unfortunately, Peyton's not here, but she's doing what she loves. That brings us to Tyler. Tyler is a conscientious student who engages in our community. He has served as a student representative to the Seymour Board of Education, attending Board of Education meetings where it provides information on activities occurring at SHS. I'd just like to pause at this point and mention that I've been a principal for quite a while, and I've had lots of different board representatives, student representatives, but none like Tyler. He is professional. He prepares. When I first started as principal, I would have to give the students an agenda of things to talk about. Now I feel that my agenda is very pale in comparison to the things that he pulls together. I'm very proud of that work. He's been spectacular. The best board rep we've ever had, in my opinion. He participates in extracurricular activities, including Link Group, Student Council, the National Honor Society, indoor and outdoor track and field, and cross country. Tyler is an active volunteer working for Seymour EMS as an EMT. We've been fortunate to have Tyler respond to several EMS calls at the high school where he demonstrated his professionalism. Now, if you can imagine, again, I have to skip straight from my script here a little bit. But, you know, he's working at night in the ambulance, he gets called to the high school, and next thing you know, he is providing EMT services to classmates. And nothing but professionalism throughout that entire activity. And on one occasion, he was called up to the high school, and he's providing services to a staff member. And again, he was able to maintain his composure and professionalism above and beyond that. There's a lot here. But one other thing I have to mention, in his junior year, he did a capstone project. And his capstone project was focused on getting a defibrillator up on the football field at Seymour High School. And there was a lot of challenges to that. You needed a special climate-controlled cabinet, for example. Plus, they're not cheap. And he actually pulled it all together, and if you were to go to the high school field right now, you'd see a defibrillator hanging on the field house. That's only there because of his work. Additionally, he has served as a LEO, which is a subsidiary of the Lions Club and the Girls Club of America. He's served as an assistant instructor in Bushy Bond, a festive volunteer at the Holy Rosary Parish in Ansonia, and in the physical assistant shadowing experience. Tyler has received several awards and recognitions, including being identified as a Junior Youth of the Year, Cade Leadership Award recipient, and he's also been awarded in his junior year the Rentschler Medal. And at our scholarship night last night, he was, let's put it this way, there's nobody came close to the amount of scholarships that Tyler was awarded here. He's a phenomenal person.
Our next award is also very special. It's called the CATS Award of Excellence, and as we move on down, as we've covered that, what is most important is the Superintendent's Award. It's called the SCASA Award. We went to a reception back in April, and it was phenomenal, and so at this time, we would like to recognize the students that were honored. We'll start with Bungay Elementary first.
I'd like to invite up Charlie Anderson. Charlie, come on up. with great pride and honor that we recognize Charlie Anderson for the South Central Area Superintendent's Association Award. Charlie is a hardworking student who always puts forth his best effort in the classroom, in his assignments, and in his classroom discussions and activities. He strives to understand everything he can about different topics and is always willing to share his knowledge with his classmates. Charlie is involved in a wide range of school activities. He's an active member of our Bungie School Student Council, always volunteering to support his school and the community. He's also a member of the band, a monthly town meeting speaker and leader, and the 5th grade representative on our Student Administration Advisory Committee, which is new this year, so he's leading the charge. As a member of the band, Charlie has been a role model in the percussion section. He is often the first to learn his parts on all instruments and is always willing to help others. What is truly impressive about Charlie is how he always shows respect and empathy for all of his classmates each day. Mrs. Yaxel, who is here tonight, and his teacher to celebrate him as well, describes him as a standout student who is an exceptionally responsible and mature young man for his age and grade. Charlie is a role model student who truly deserves this honor. He is highly regarded by his classmates and the teachers at Bungie School. Congratulations for receiving this award.
Can Sarah England please come up? Sarah demonstrates exemplary citizenship. Within the CLS community, Sarah is a grade 5 breakfast buddy who assists kindergarten students each morning with skill practice. She's also a library helper. Sarah works to make our school a better place. She believes in being kind to everyone so all feel welcome and accepted. Although Sarah is quiet, so she sometimes goes under the radar, she consistently does the right thing and looks for opportunities to help and to lead. We're very proud for Sarah to have earned this award.
From Seymour Middle School, I would like to invite Mia Cunningham and Adam Simoes to come to the stage. I will start with Mia. Mia is a student athlete who has made the high honor roll or honor roll in all of her time at SMS. She is a leader in the classroom through her display of effort and success. She works hard to keep up her grades while playing 3 sports. She tries her best on tests, exams, quizzes, and homework or classwork. She is proud to say that even if in the end result isn't exactly as what she hoped for, she knows she tried her best. In addition to academics, Mia is one of our house leaders for her team. She helps to get people motivated and helps her team earn points towards fun activities. She was chosen to be a house leader by her teacher and her peers. Outside of the classroom, Mia plays many sports. She plays Jenga soccer and helps lead her teams in the pregame stretching routines, and her coach also selected her to be a captain. She played for her middle school team and was a captain for that as well, and I'm sure there's going to be years of captainship ahead of her. Mia plays softball, where she also leads her team in drills and being prepared for their games. As an 8th grader in softball, she is hopeful to get the role of captain. She was. This is from a while ago. She also played basketball for our middle school team. With the middle school team, she was a captain as well, and she helped lead her team to their 2nd straight Swift Tournament Championship. In both years, she was named to the All-Tournament team. In her community, Mia participates in the Seymour Pink Race to raise money for breast cancer. She also volunteered at the Seymour Middle School Food Drive to collect food for people that did not have food for Thanksgiving. She exhibits her leadership in the classroom, through sports, and in her community, and in all situations, she overcomes challenges not only to help herself, but those around her succeed. She is a fantastic all-around young adult, a great example of a student athlete, and an involved leader. Therefore, Mia is an excellent recipient of the SCASA Award. And now Adam. Adam is one of those students that is a joy to have in class. He is not only an honor student, but a leader in group activities. He's always willing to work with others and is patient when helping. Adam is one of those people who helps out and expects nothing in return. He has shown commitment as part of the SMS soccer team. When asked about his experience with the team, Adam said, "During these games, our team had to come together and think of ways to fix our mistakes for the next game." Along with SMS soccer, Adam enjoys playing sports with the Seymour Rec basketball program and the Seymour Soccer Association. Outside of school, Adam volunteers with the Ansonia Nature Center Ranger program as a junior ranger. The program involves maintaining trails, feeding animals, and working on projects with other junior rangers. Adam also volunteered as a youth team member with his church's Vacation Bible School. He had to help plan activities for children ages 4th through grade 5. He will tell you that they not only have to learn how to work together with each age group differently to make the program fun. He is an ideal example of a student leader. Congratulations.
For the high school, we have Lily Bonoso, who's not here tonight. She is actually participating in dance. And Ella Santinelli. Earlier tonight, I had mentioned the work that Mrs. Chacon had done on the school newspaper, the Paw Print. And to be honest with you, although I was giving Mrs. Chacon all of the accolades, I think that she had, this is her king minion, I would suppose. I don't know if they have a special name for it, but she was a school newspaper, helped raise it to all different levels. So thank you for that. Spectacular work this year. Ella is an exceptional young woman who is active in SHS and in the Seymour community. All of her teachers describe her as a conscientious student, a pleasure, and an asset to the class. She has taken a demanding course load, which include AP English Language and Composition, AP Drawing, AP English and Composition, AP Environmental Science, and AP US History, and AP Environment and European History. She's a glutton for punishment. Ella is the editor for the school newspaper, the Paw Print, and has been a member for 4 years of Seymour High School. Hopefully, Mr. Cohen, once Ella graduates, you can keep it up. I'm just going to say, you know. The advisor, Mr. Cohen, has stated that the Paw Print would not have gone to print during the 21-22 school year if it wasn't for Ella. Ella has been a volunteer for the Seymour Historical Society for 5 years. She helped the committee update and redesign the layout and outreach. Ella has excellent study habits and is diligent and is involved in the Seymour community beyond the 4 walls of Seymour High School. Ella, thank you. Lily Bonoso is an outstanding individual who contributes to the Seymour community. Her teachers have said that Lily stands out among her peers as a conscientious, intelligent young woman. She brightens the entire work environment. She is an outstanding student, both academically and otherwise. And Lily's determination to succeed is what sticks out, which is Lily has participated in the Hope Club and dance team all of her years in high school. Outside of school, she has participated in studio dance for 4 years, has been a demonstrative career coach for Pop Warner, cheer coach, for 2 years, and is an assistant CCD instructor at St. Michael's Church. Lily has been innovative in that she has started her own cleaning business called Lily's Cleaning Services, which has been productive over the past 3 years. Lily is a high-achieving student who has been a valuable member to the greater Seymour community. And again, she's following her passion, much like DJ. She's actually a dance right now. And after this night's festivities.
The next category of awards is the Connecticut Association of Public School Superintendents Award of Excellence. And with that, Tyler Lang, Ella Santinelli, come on up.
Santinelli. For Mr. Chacon. Mr. Chacon. Ella is the best that they come, as she is intelligent, inquisitive, mature, and compassionate. She is a natural leader, a motivator, and an outstanding student. Ella holds herself to high standards and takes an active role in achieving her goals. Ella's character is second to none, which is the most important quality in a person. She is always respectful and kind, hardworking, and helpful to both students and staff. Ella is a student who makes things happen in the school as she embraces and motivates our community to hold events, develop programs, and improve the school environment. Mrs. Cheney. Ella's written work is direct, very clear, and well organized. She sees concepts and works that the other students may miss and is able to express what she discovers both orally and on paper. The most reliable and determined student, Ella never fails to expend maximum effort on the assignments and projects that pique her interest. In class discussion, she frequently makes sense of otherwise obtuse material and graciously shares this insight with her peers. She is most accepting of constructive criticism. Ella Santinelli. Tyler Lang. Mr. McCaffrey. In my 24 years as a public school teacher, I have rarely come across a student as impressive as Tyler Lang. He is an intelligent, well-informed, and remarkable poised young man. Tyler has a special combination of academic talent, personal drive, interpersonal skills, and leadership. In the classroom, Tyler is the type of student that teachers wish for their he's the type of student teachers wish for and appreciate. He is interested and attentive learner. He makes it a priority to be well informed on the content that is being taught so he can ask questions and participate in class. His observations and opinions are astute and articulately stated. He enjoys the challenge of grappling with new information perspectives. Mrs. Sweeney. Within group settings, Tyler's masterful shifting gears within the setting from a valuable contributor to an effective task leader, while always maintaining a positive and polite manner with his peers and teachers. He values education and continually strives for success. In this regard, he is a role model for the students and young adults.
Okay, for the CAPS Awards from Seymour Middle School, Delaney Catlin and Luca Tucci. Come on up. We only have Luca. I'll read Delaney's while Luca's on his way up. The Gold Team had nominated Delaney Catlin for this award. Delaney's involvement in the school community and her leadership made her an ideal candidate for this honor. She is an involved student who is dedicated to her work. She earned all A's and B's in grade 7, and her biggest school goal this past year was to achieve high honors. She's involved in student council and Flip the Script, which is our drama club here at Seymour Middle School. Mrs. Rush, who is the advisor of the drama club, recalls an emergency situation when a student was unable to fulfill the role. Delaney was called upon to step in, learn all of the lines, and perform the show with incredibly short notice, and she did this with exceptional grace and composure and saved the show. Delaney's involved in the Circle of Care organization, which is a nonprofit that provides financial and emotional relief to children with cancer and their families. Delaney has volunteered at an event to raise funds and also donated some of her own money to that foundation. These are just a few examples of Delaney's leadership and involvement in our community. So congratulations to her. And the white team had nominated Luca for this award. Luca is the ideal candidate for this award. In class, Luca often takes on the leadership role in group work, while also encouraging his classmates to do their best. He never hesitates to help others both in and out of the classroom. Luca is an active member in Boy Scouts of America and currently with the rank of Star, where his leadership qualities are on display as a patrol leader. As patrol leader, he runs plans and runs his patrol meetings, making sure his group is ready for troop activities. This includes coaching the younger scouts. Last year, he was a den chief for a group of Cub Scouts, aiding with the meetings and teaching during pack meetings. Once a month, he, along with his troop, work on service projects. These include conservation time, cleaning hiking trails, aiding fall and spring cleanups for those in need, and running food drives within the local community. He's currently assisting the planning and creation of a butterfly garden here at Seymour Middle School. He hopes to complete planting in the spring. Still working on it. The qualities and activities listed above make Luca a perfect recipient for the CAPS Award from the white team at Seymour Middle School. Congratulations.
These are the first of the awards that are presented strictly from the Board of Education with the help of a committee that's made of the representatives of all 4 elementary schools and students. And I would like to ask Mr. Jake Coleco to come up first to join me. Okay, the David Brummer Award of Excellence in Education is named after a former chairman of the Board of Education who was very active as a community member. This award recognizes someone who does stuff beyond the normal being a parent or a teacher or an administrator, someone who does extra things. David was also involved in the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts. And unfortunately, David passed at a very young age. I was unfortunate but fortunate to take his spot on the Board of Education after he passed. So this is a special award. Now I will let Jake introduce who received this award.
Good evening. My name is Jake Coleco, and I am a swim coach and special education teacher at Seymour High School. It is an honor to be up here speaking on behalf of such a well-deserving colleague of mine. I met Dominic DePaula earlier this school year when I was assigned to co-teach a general science and biology class. The minute I walked into the door, his passion for educating the students of Seymour was evident. On the first day of school, rather than going over a syllabus and talking about classroom rules in a tedious fashion, he dressed up as a magician of sorts and dimmed the lights. He walked up to the front of the room holding 2 identically clear liquids. He drank one and then poured droplets of another onto the lab table in front of him, making a small flame. He discussed how in science, things can be more than they seem, that the students should always be questioning and that they should use science to help answer those questions. All of the students, myself included, were on the edge of our seat, and it was only day 1. Mr. DePaula would go on throughout the year putting in an unbelievable amount of effort into the education of his students. For a Halloween lab, he woke up in the early hours of the morning and drove all the way to North Branford before school so that his students would have the freshest dry ice when doing their experiments later in the day. Mr. DePaula is a gifted science teacher that we are very lucky to have here in Seymour, and that is why I felt that he should be nominated for the David A. Brummer Excellence in Education Award.
The next award tonight is the John J. Gallagher Memorial Athletic Award. It's in recognition for exemplary contributions to the athletic programs of Seymour Public Schools. And I'd like to bring up Mr. Jamie Akashevitz to do the presenting of the award.
The John J. Gallagher Memorial Athletic Award is given to an individual who has assisted in the support and development of athletics within the schools and community at large. This individual has certainly done that. Over the many years, Paul O'Connor has dedicated himself to our student athletes. A head coach in girls soccer, golf, cross country, and middle school girls basketball. He's also assisted in baseball and softball. You'll also find him at various sporting events cheering on our student athletes. OC truly has a passion for our school and community. He does everything with great dignity, diligence, and energy. Your dedication has resulted in such a well-deserved achievement. I present the 2022-2023 John J. Gallagher Memorial Athletic Award to Mr. Paul O'Connor.
For those of you that do not know, I'm standing here beside the Connecticut Assistant Coach of the Year 2023. We'll be honoring him in the fall. What an honor.
Now I'd like to introduce Rebecca Bennett to present the Cobasa Award. Mr. John Hepkin.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here tonight to present Miss Mary Ellen Saluka with the Vincent Cabeza Excellence in Teaching Award. I was lucky enough to have Mrs. Saluka as my second grade teacher at Bungay Elementary School. I think it speaks volumes that this many years later, I'm reflecting on what an amazing teacher Mrs. Saluka was and how she provided me with one of the most instrumental years of my education. Mrs. Saluka always had Mrs. Saluka always had a way of making you feel welcomed and special. First grade was a rough year for me. Teachers did not appreciate my friendliness or socialization skills. Mrs. Saluka and her kind heart realized that being a chatty student does not make you disrespectful. It makes you friendly and outgoing if used in the right ways. Mrs. Saluka appreciated my enthusiasm and spirit so much that she brought me with her to school each summer to prepare her classroom and then out to lunch. I couldn't wait for the return to school to just be able to spend that time. It was because of Mrs. Saluka that I found my passion for learning again. Mrs. Saluka has been and always will be who comes to mind when I think of unsung heroes in our schools. I'm so thankful to have the opportunity tonight on behalf of myself and all the students that had Mrs. Saluka to say thank you and let you know that you made such a difference in our lives. Congratulations. I have to tell you, while she's coming up, she sent me a card talking about my enthusiasm and said she knew in second grade that I was going to be a cheerleader, and she was right.
I just wanted to say a few words about this award. This award is in honor of Vincentina Cabeza, who was a retired elementary school teacher, I believe, from Presti School. And then after she retired from teaching, she served on a variety of boards in the community, including TEAM, the Birmingham Umbrella Group for domestic violence, which was a cause that's near and dear to her. And then she served as a member of the Board of Education. I actually was fortunate enough to have been in her company a couple of times when I was younger, and she was a wonderful, wonderful woman. So it's a great honor to be able to be here tonight to help Mrs. Bennett give this award. Oh, go ahead, you go, sorry.
At this time, we would like to introduce Mike Nimmons, Mr. Stanek, Mr. Fred Stanek, and Imre Jagonis to present the Karen R. Stanek Once a Wildcat, Always a Wildcat Award.
Good evening. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Mike Nimmons. I'm an 8th grade language arts teacher here at the middle school. And when I was reading the description of this award, the first person that came to mind is the person that I nominated. I'm paraphrasing here because I didn't write anything down, but the award goes to someone who is a graduate of Seymour High who exemplifies what it means to be a wildcat throughout his or her life. And the person that I chose to nominate was Mr. Joe Carfiello. I've known Joe. I've known Joe for just over 20 years. We've been colleagues for 21 years to be exact, about half that time as grade level partners. He's also been the boys varsity head coach at the high school for the last 20 years. Very involved in the community in both coaching and teaching. And what I can say about him is that he makes coming to work every day fun. I would tell a story here, but it'll get both of us in trouble, so I'll leave it out. But there was no one else I could think of that deserves this award more than Joe. So come on up, Joe.
A little bit about Karen Stanek. To be in Karen Stanek's honor or in a room with her, you knew she was in the room. As petite as she was, she took nothing from nobody. Karen loved Seymour. Anytime she was in a room, it was Seymour. She took the Wildcat way all the way to the schools, all the way to the Board of Selectmen. We were very honored with her, and Coach Carf, I can't think of anybody better deserving to be receiving her award. As Karen would say, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Good evening. I've been asked to say a few words on behalf of Karen, my family, and myself. I would like to thank First Selectwoman Anne-Marie Jagonis, for proposing this award. She proposed it to the Board of Select Persons and it came over to the Board of Education. The Board of Education decided to create this award in honor of Karen. As some of you know, or many of you know, Karen taught at Seymour High School for 35 years after graduating from Seymour High School. She so loved Seymour High School and the students. She especially loved this evening, graduation, and the honors and awards ceremony last week at Seymour High School, because she would see her students and all the students honored for their great work and complete their high school programming. She loved Seymour High School, as I said, and I want to thank the Board of Education for her award that's being given this evening. Congratulate Joe Carfiello, who certainly exemplifies what Karen was all about. In the classroom and in all the activities that she participated in, she loved the students at Seymour High School and their staff. Thank you.
Good evening again. I'm here to present the Thomas J. Petruni Memorial Education and Environment Award. This award was established in 2010 in memory of Thomas J. Petruni, who passed away in 2009, shortly after his retirement as the superintendent of schools in Seymour. After growing up in Seymour and graduating from Seymour High School, Mr. Petruni taught middle school students and served as the assistant principal in Monroe. In 1994, Mr. Petruni returned to Seymour to accept the position of assistant superintendent. He was subsequently appointed and served as superintendent of schools in Seymour until his retirement in 2007. He was very interested in the preservation of the environment, of the environment, and was an avid outdoorsman. The Seymour Board of Education would like to honor a middle school student who shares the ideals of Mr. Petruni, who valued environmental education, preservation of the environment, and outdoor activities. This award is given to a Seymour Middle School student who displays a strong interest in environmental education and/or activities involving the environment and its preservation. Preservation. The student must share the ideals of Thomas J. Petruni, so I would like to invite Lily Fabiano to come up and receive this award. Fun fact about Lily, she is the Chief Environmental Officer in Seymour, if you didn't know that. Did I get that right? I believe Dr. Boyle is next to introduce the 23-24 Paraeducator of the Year.
Good evening again. I would like to invite Chelsea Troxel to the stage if I could. So paraprofessionals work throughout the district and have a diverse set of responsibilities, some of which include assisting teachers and providers with building and maintaining effective instructional teams, maintaining learner-centered supportive environments, I had to look that up, what that meant, planning and organizing learning experiences, engaging students in learning, assessing learners' needs, progress and achievement, and maintaining professional and ethical conduct. If you distill that down, the paraprofessionals throughout the district are instrumental in ensuring that our students, particularly those with disabilities, have everything that they need to be successful in the district. So that ranges from supports with academics to supports with behavior, helping collect data, helping to plan programming, things along those lines. I'm very fortunate to give this award to Chelsea this evening. She's been with us for just about 2 years now, and in that time she's worked in a number of capacities with a number of students, primarily working in a newer program that we have at Seymour High School, also in its second year of development. And it's a program that we've all grown quite fond of and very proud of. Chelsea has, throughout that time, taken on every and all responsibilities given to her, even those roles that might have been challenging or perhaps a little uncomfortable. Chelsea has joined in and been put her whole effort in and has demonstrated care and compassion for some students with some significant disabilities. So I am very proud to have Chelsea represent us here in Seymour, and we'll be going on to the state recognition sometime in December. So with that, Chelsea Troxel.
presenting the 2023-2024 Teacher of the Year Award. And as a former teacher of 24 years, plus 14 more years as principal, plus 18 years as the Board of Ed, I think it's time to leave. But anyway, the Seymour Teacher of the Year should be recognized as an outstanding teacher. Yes. Be committed to the community involvement. Yes. Be able to express personal feelings and beliefs about the teaching profession. Be aware of major public education issues in today's society. Be prepared to share with others instructional methods she has developed and used. Have a sincere interest in promoting the teaching profession. Have the ability to communicate to the public and the profession the importance of teaching. The Seymour Teacher of the Year will be recognized by the state at the award ceremony in December in Hartford. The State Teacher of the Year and the finalists serve as teacher ambassadors for public education. They are appointed to education advisory committees and become consultants to the State Department of Education. That sounds like a load beyond regular teaching to have to do all that stuff. Plus, we are pleased to say that this year's winner is Nicole Farron.
Mr. Freud, you might want to say a few words as well. I would just like to say that Nicole is an exemplary teacher in the classroom. It was such an honor when Mr. Floyd and I got to come to the classroom, and you knew when I had the yellow roses, it was going to make a very, very important announcement. And your sophomore English class, they were so pleased. Truly, this lady does a great job with honors English. She's done a massive amount of work in curriculum alignment. She does her own 9-2 in supervision, and you truly have been a great teacher. And I think we're honored. To me, this is one of the highest honors that anybody can ever receive. And she'll be doing the fall convocation and the special teacher's address. And we're so proud of you. You get your own lamp to keep, and then you get to share the chair that is shared year to year. So, Mr. Freud.
Well, Nicole, how are you? We were so happy when you came up to the high school and you made a positive impact on our students. But, you know, I know that the road hasn't been easy here, especially post-COVID. With the challenges that we're faced with in the classroom, the teachers that are out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The kids are less connected to the classroom, and it's been a struggle, not only for you, but for many teachers, if not all teachers. And your persistence and perseverance has really brought you to this point. And I'd like to congratulate you on the really good work you've done this year. Thank you.
Good evening. It's my pleasure once again to invite Tyler Lang to come up. As was previously stated, Tyler has served as the student representative for the Board of Education this past school year. He brought professionalism and enlightened us on big issues that are directly impacting students. He brought them right to our attention. He also was instrumental in helping to bring back some pizza nights with the student council, where we could directly hear from the students and get their input. And there's been quite a few times where myself and some of my colleagues have referenced back to that meeting, things that we heard from the students that are directly impacting them, that are issues that we need to address. And quite honestly, during the difficult budget discussions we've had, those were some of the forefront in our conversations. And I really have to say that was thanks to Tyler. and bringing them back to us and giving us that leadership. He also is a member of the track and field team. I had the honor again to see him out there on the, inside track and field. And he did an amazing job with that. And Mr. Frank gave him a little challenge with all the other list of accomplishments that he has. I hope that maybe we'll see him on this side of the table in the next 20 years. So thank you for all you did. Congratulations. Good luck.
Tyler, don't go too far. So the 5 Board of Ed awards that we have that Mr. Smell talked about, we have a committee of board members, not teachers, and parents from each of the schools, but we also have 3 student representatives. So it's nice to have them because they all have a vote in who wins the award. So I'd like to just take a moment to thank Tyler Lang, Madison Jarvis, and Duncan Clue. And next, we're going to recognize the 2 graduates of the Griffin Allied Health Program. I welcome Mr. Lucky and Mr. Stanek.
Hello everyone, I'm Paul Lucky, Assistant Principal at Seymour High School. I'd like to invite Julia Olson and Kira Rose up to the stage. Julia spent the second half of her senior year attending Griffin Hospital School of Allied Health, clocking in over 415 hours in that program. The opportunity came to fruition through the suggestion of Mr. Stanek, who serves on the board of Griffin Hospital, and as well as the program administrator for Griffin Hospital School of Allied Health and Seymour resident Tracy Hanicki. I'm working with Mr. Coppola, one of the guidance counselors in our school, and my work with the workplace, which if you don't know is our local workforce investment board, who provided the funding, close to $5,000 tuition free for Julia and Kira to attend the program via state and federal grants. So the form of study was a patient care technician, which included 3 or 4 different areas, including phlebotomy, and included EKG, right? And a couple of other areas. And Mr. Coppola and I had the opportunity to visit, and I have to admit, Mr. Coppola, the guidance counselor, did allow the students to take his blood. I didn't. But they did excellent. We were there. We witnessed that going on. So Griffin Hospital, Mrs. Hanicki had to say about the kids. 2 of the students showed a great deal of maturity, especially having to deal with difficult situations during their clinical rotations at the hospital. Griffin Hospital has no doubt will continue to grow, persevere, and educate themselves as they become integral members of the healthcare community. As I said, the workplace provided the funding for them, and the workplace is open to helping any of our residents in Seymour. If you're looking for a job or know somebody that's looking for a job, if you need any information, call me. I'm happy to give it to you, as well as the youth in our communities to provide opportunities for people to get training free of charge. And they would like to congratulate you and Kira for completing the program. Kira has several interviews lined up in one of those areas, either CNA or phlebotomy or EKG. And Julia is going to continue her education at Grand Canyon University, majoring in nursing. So we would like to congratulate you, but I think Mr. Stan has
Thank you, Mr. Lucky. Since 2009, Griffin operated a school of allied health at Griffin Hospital. The school came into being because the hospital found that many of the phlebotomists who were being trained elsewhere were not trained very well. The hospital then hired a professional educator, phlebotomist, and from that, the school was formed. The school has just received accreditation from the Connecticut Department of Higher Education to begin an LPN program. So beyond the programming that was available to Julia and Kiera, there's now going to be an LPN program that will also assist the Stone Academy students who so unfortunately don't enroll. This program for high school students was originated some 3 years ago. First, the Ansonia students participated, and now Seymour students are participating. The program is very unique in allowing students such as Kiera and Julia to begin the program in January of their senior year when if they have completed their requirements of high school. This program allows people like Kiera and Julia to walk out of high school for the non-college bound student or for the college bound student and begin earning a salary up to $50,000 a year. And that's just out of high school. Plus, these students are helping the healthcare profession in our area. They are the future of the healthcare profession because more and more people are needed for the profession and they're not in healthcare professions, and we don't see as many people participating or going into the profession. Both Kiera and Julia have received National Phlebotomy Certification and National Patient Care Technician Certification through the National Healthcare Association, NHA. And they can use the acronym CPT, CPTC after their names. And they have been given all the appropriate paperwork to sit for the State of Connecticut Certified Nursing Assistant exam through Prometric. In my capacity as a member of the Board of Select Persons, as a former member of the Board of Education, and as a member of the Griffin Health Board of Directors, congratulations, Julia.
I'd like for Mr. Floyd to please come up. This is a very special time, and this will end the program where we're going to recognize the top 2 students and the top 10 seniors. I would like to first start out with the introduction of the valedictorian. I'll give Mr. Floyd the honor of doing that, and then I have a few words to say about them.
Duncan, why don't you come on up? Come on down.
The string of Seymour High School students going to Ivy League. We're very proud of the work that he's done and his contributions to our community. He's made us proud.
I'm just so proud of Duncan and his leadership. I got to witness with the National Honor Society. He's president of that. He's made Seymour High School so very proud, and as a superintendent, I can tell you, this young man is really going to go places. I know he was trying to decide, he had 2 Ivy Leagues to decide whether he was going to Princeton or to Yale. So we had a few discussions, and I kept saying, you know, how about Yale? I've been to all 3 campuses, and I've had students attend all 3, but there's something about Yale and their professional programs, and we know Yale and Harvard are top. And Princeton's there as well, but it's just so important to see a young man accomplish what he has done. I'd like to say that he was a National Merit Commendable Scholar. He won the Yale Book Award last year. He's currently featured in one of our banners in the board office, and truly such an outstanding young man. We've had great conversations. You've definitely been an asset to this high school and to your graduating class. And we are so proud of you as the valedictorian. Congratulations.
Madison Jarvis. Madison's a globetrotter, and what I mean by that is her chosen sport of ice skating keeps her traveling all around the country and participating in international competitions. And they place and do quite well in these international competitions. In the meantime, when she's doing that, she comes back and is able to get her work done and still maintain a high enough average to be the salutatorian. It's very impressive. We're very proud of all that she does, and her future is incredibly bright. Madison Jarvis.
Parents to hear this. Truly is an academic scholar as well. This young lady has done it all. And the international competition and what you've done has been just incredible. What's so great about Madison, she wants to go into teaching. And she will make a phenomenal teacher. She's going to the University of Connecticut. Who knows? Then she may go into administration, might come back and be superintendent of Seymour. You do a great job.
I'll be calling up the top 10 for the graduating class of 2023. I'll be starting from number 10 and working our way towards the top. If I could have Jacqueline Okula. Springfield College. Tyler Lang, number 9. Tyler will be attending Quinnipiac University. She'll be attending the School of Visual Arts in Manhattan. Lily Gallietta. Lily will be attending North Carolina State University. Sarah Proden. Sarah will be attending Clemson University. John Douglas. Devin Cronin. Will be attending University of Connecticut. Bart Kornbach. Will be attending North Carolina State University. Madison Jarvis. Will be attending University of Connecticut. Salutatorian and our valedictorian is Duncan Clue, who'll be attending Yale University. Now, these top 10, I call them the heart and soul of Seymour High School, and every year we find another 10. There's always going to be a top 10. But these students over the years have led the charge through the academics, the athletics, and just everything relevant to the Seymour High School. If they weren't a member of our community, Seymour High School would not be the same. And they are truly fantastic, each and every one of them, and I'll miss them dearly, the top 10 of Seymour High School.
Thank you for being here.
Ha ha ha.